How'd you like those apples? Yeah? Yeah! Get some! Get some! In your face! How'd you like that? How'd you like that? Right, good morning, good morning. I have been practicing. Feet first is the key, and you just loosen your arse. Get in that way. I mean, morning, good morning to all in the Marmy Army this morning, just casual. It is Saturday, the 8th of February this morning. I've got the date right today. A huge thank you to the pedant who put in the comments last week, what, the 3rd of February? You're joking, aren't you? Because it was Zippy from Rainbow. You're joking, aren't you? The 3rd of February. It was the 2nd of February. Oh. Yeah, all right, got the date wrong. Not hugely important, is it? Unless you've got an appointment, hospital appointment, then obviously fairly critical. But yeah, where am I? You won't recognise it from the surroundings, but I can see out of the front windscreen and I can tell you exactly where I am because I knew where I was going this morning. If I tell you that this morning it's the search for Sergio, then you may very well know where we are. I'm going to the parkrun where Sergio, my old nemesis, never met the guy, not in contact, has won 6 out of 7 parkruns. Right, the guy's almost unbeatable. I say almost unbeatable. I think one week he ran with a dog. I'm hoping he's brought his canine this morning. Otherwise, I'm toast. It was a big decision this morning to come out and face Sergio. And I've got to say there were tensions in our house. Had a bit of an argument with Emily about it. You know, it got a little bit Rocky 4, if I'm honest. You know, she stood at the top of the stairs. I stood at the bottom. She asked me why I'd done it.
You've seen him, you know how strong he is. You can't win!
And I've just said, look, you know, if he's prepared to take everything that I've got and win, then I can live and kind of move on. But to beat me, he's got to be prepared to die himself. And I'm not sure he's willing to do that, to be honest. And then I got in the Ford Focus 1 litre estate and just drove it really quickly around Solihull. Not too far because I'm on the kind of like quarter mark for petrol, and I was coming here today. Plus the fact the Focus doesn't necessarily respond particularly well to a high level of revs and consumption, particularly when in 3rd and 4th gear. That transition can often kind of like send the needle plummeting. So yeah, it wasn't that great. So I'm here now this morning, ready, willing and able to meet my nemesis.
Do you know what everybody says? It's suicide!
I've worn, you will notice, the old Leicester Pigot this morning, right? And the reason for that is twofold. One, it's Siberian cold, and 2, I don't want Sergio to have to look to find me. He knows where I am, and I don't know yet who he is. If he's not here, this is going to be an absolute disaster. I'm kind of hoping he's not, actually, because it could be awkward tense. I'm sure he's a really nice guy. He might actually take exception to the fact that I've plastered his name all over the internet. My theory about facing him down is purely symbolic. The man can run in under 17 minutes, so he's not going to have any problems at all dispatching me. But tell you one thing I have got to say for the guy, which I kind of admire, he's clearly thrown his jumper down on Babbs Mill. You know, this is actually his manor, Bab. But the Runners Roadshow, or whatever it was called, Runners World, I can't even remember what it was called, the running show, was around at the NEC, and it brought a swell of runners. There were about 400 odd who ended up turning up on that day, and he rocked up and basically just said to everybody, you know, you want to take this, you'll have me to get through. And they didn't get through him. He battered the lot of them. The guy who's in that tent, I thought it was like a, I don't know, someone who lives in the park, right? It's not. Somebody turns up every week to this parkrun, pitches their tent in the middle here and gets changed in it. That's mental. if Sergio is here, people are going to start trying to jostle us into each other like boys do on the playground, you know, when they're trying to get a fight going, you know, pushing us into each other, hoping that we'll then start pushing and shoving each other. I'm not going to give them the satisfaction. Actually, the crowd's getting bigger now, and there's enough people around that if Sergio does punch me, there'll be enough witnesses, people, I mean, the damage will be done. But, yeah, as clickbait, it'll be great. Oh, this is so much fun. I've just heard some devastating news. Not only is Bernard the dog and his pee-pee not here, Sergio's not here.
He's not here, sorry.
And where is he?
He's in Spain.
Yeah, you enjoy yourself in Spain, Sergio. It's a coincidence you're in Spain. I know what's happened here. Say hello, everybody. Wonderful. They've just given me some great news.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Welcome to Babbs Mill, parkrun number 220.
Now, I didn't get off to a very good start at this parkrun because I had a camera issue, and I essentially had to take the back off the camera, take the battery out, put the battery back in, replace the camera housing and carry on running. But it's as good a time as any to stop the action and remind you to hit like. Now, last week I got over 1,000 likes. This week we're going to go even further. So if you do it now, then I'll forget all about it and we can crack on. So do it now, please. Excellent. Wasn't that hard, was it?
Right, no problem with me camera to start with, but now we're off.
Now, while I was messing about with my camera, one runner had streaked away.
Who's this guy in front, Chris? Bloody hell, he's nippy, isn't he?
In fact, Russ was so nippy, he's out of sight.
You okay, mate? Yeah, all right. Oh God, bloody hell, this guy up front. Does he slow down?
But Russ didn't slow down, so I settled in behind a galloping Chris. But then, all of a sudden, there he was. And slowly but surely, I watched on as Chris reeled in Russ. And then there were two. Just enough time left to remember a marshal's name.
Thanks, Eileen.
Yes, it was Eileen. Cracked it. With a mile to go and probably way too early, I put on the burners and went out into the lead.
Thank you.
Just enough time to give a shout out to the Babbs of Babbs.
Thank you. Cheers, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And just enough time to show no fear whatsoever to two men in hoods with large dogs.
That was tough. Really cold. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks so much. All right. Yeah, I
Sergio's not here again.
I know.
I know, is that why you came? You knew you were on holiday?
No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that, but I was fairly
You'll be here
delighted.
next week.
Yeah, I see I might not be next week. And so, it couldn't have gone any better. Sergio's gone to his home in Spain. I mean, he could have just gone on holiday. He could be on a Club 1830 for all, if that's still a thing. Or escapades, as it used to become known. He could have gone on one of those. I like to think that Sergio is in a whitewashed villa on top of a hill somewhere, looking at his phone now and seeing that he's left the back door wide open and a little cat called MARM has snuck in and eaten his whiskers, his golden whiskers. Sergio, enjoy Spain, but while you're on the flight back, be aware of the fact that there's a new king at Babbs Mill. Do you know what? I am so full of confidence that I might just go into that gentleman's changing tent and just have a nap. You know, if he wants to come in and get changed, he'll have to knock and wait. Well, that's that, Marmers. I have treated myself to the remnants of salted caramel bun. That's bun, not bum. Although, to be fair, my bum's probably got a bit of salted caramel on it at the moment. Good God. There's touch and go in that race. But yeah, a huge thank you again to everyone at Babbs Mill. They are the friendliest bunch. Might not be back for a couple of weeks because I would imagine that Sergio, fresh from Spain, will be wanting to reclaim his crown. And funny enough, I might be busy that week. But there we go. So a salted caramel bun. Might have a bit of tapas a bit later tonight just to celebrate, you know. Who knows? I actually can't wait to get home because my wife, or Adrian as she's now known, will have to eat humble pie. Well, she'll have to eat something because I haven't bought her a bun.